transmission failed. It lasted for a few days. I'm trying to rip it, but I ripped it too hard. Ripped it too hard and it went bad. So now I'm gonna be towing it with the Genesis and get it to the shop. It's alright. At least we know at least it worked for a little bit.
Good? What about you? What about me?
I'm good.
We all good, right?
You good?
Good to go. All right, man. Thank you.
That was crazy.
Help I find something to eat.
Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy already. Today we're going to talk about the Scion TC, and as you can tell, I know everyone will be talking about the audio, and I got a mic now so you can actually hear me properly. What happened is I was driving the car. I decided to bring it up to speed about, in the triple digits, and then that's when everything went bad. I didn't record any footage of it because I was in the middle of the highway and the car wouldn't move at all. But if I put it in reverse, the car goes in reverse perfectly fine, but going forward, nothing. The moment I felt that the car wouldn't move, the car just started to slow down. I was like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know what am I gonna do next? I am in the middle of the road. I didn't record anything because I was like literally in the middle of the highway, and I just gotta figure out what I was gonna do. And yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, but I'm all right. It's all right. Apparently something else went wrong because there was no faults in the system. It just would not go into gear, and what happened, and it's literally like it was driving and then nothing, like it just went nothing. So I'm gonna dive into it. I have it on my jack stands, and I already started taking it apart, and I'm gonna show you the process of that real quick, and let's get into the video.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind.
Right here you see me removing the end links for the suspension, then I'm removing the struts from the spindle, and after removing that, then you gotta go underneath and remove the front axles. There's two bolts that's holding in the passenger side axle. You gotta remove those two bolts and then remove the axle nuts, and then the transmission mount, basically anything that you see that's in the way. So having a hard time getting the axle out because there's like no space in there. So what I ended up doing was I'm gonna send this through the back portion of the transmission from the driver's side, from the passenger side, and basically to come across and push the axle out. So I'll do that right now. So right here you can see me pushing the driver's side axle out from the passenger side. And push it from the back side. Axle out. The light shining right through. Yeah, that's how I was able to move it. Hope I didn't damage any of the rings. But yeah, that's how I was able to move it. Now I'm working on removing the battery and the intake, and then I'm gonna be removing the bolts that's connecting the transmission to the engine from the top. As you can tell, the transmission is out. It was a little bit of a difficult situation to get it out, and it was very challenging. Got to remove a lot of things that I didn't want to move. I am in the market for a manual swap, so if anyone knows of anyone that has a manual transmission, send them my way because I will gladly take that manual transmission with the pedals and everything and swap everything over into this car, because I think a manual transmission is the best way to go with this car. All right guys, so I have the transmission here on my workbench, my makeshift workbench that I put together myself, and this is the transmission. I'm gonna go ahead and actually start tearing this thing apart you know, because I gotta figure out what's going on with it. Again, I could take this transmission apart because I know that I'm not gonna put it back together. Or if I do find what's wrong with it, I could fix it. Find the issue that's wrong with it, I will fix it and put it back in the car. But if it's more than what it is and I can't figure it out, then the manual swap is what's needed to get done to this thing. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and remove the torque converter, which is right here. Just remove it like that. There's no bolts holding it in, like you could see. Go in and it slides in and it turns and does what it needs to do, but just comes right out. Put this over here, and then we got a series of bolts. So we got some torque tips on the inside, and then you got some 12s around the bell housing. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus on getting the bell housing bolts off first and see if I could get that off before I get this off, or if this comes off first. But there's only one way to find out, is removing one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I don't know, this is not budging. So I'm gonna, since these screws are loose, at some point it should come apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bolts on the outer and see if I could get that to come apart. All right, so I'm gonna go between here. All the bolts are out. I'm going between this little gap right here. Here's my little working hammer. I know where my other hammer is, so. Woo! Let's go on the other side here, and it's pretty loose. So I'm gonna go in here with a little pick. All right. Okay. I guess I could take this out now. So, okay, dowel. Okay, so that was a part of it. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, if I had tried to remove that, it wasn't gonna happen because this seals on top of it. Look at the back of here. You see it has like those little guides and travel ways for the fluid, and it has a little tube right there, and you got this bearing housing, and you have the bearing right there. That's the differential, if you want to call it. So I'm gonna take this and put it to the side. This guy, again, I don't know if I'm doing this right. So go off there. You can see these bearings. They sit in this housing right there. So take this and put to the back. I got my little spray. Okay. And you got this thing, this whole thing here. I would say this is the mechanism. This basically the torque converter. Like I said, the torque converter comes on the front and goes on there. So all the magic happens in here. Whoa! No, don't want that. Hold on. What is that? Why is that so loose? You see that? But this is the pin that keeps the car in park. That's reverse. It loosens a little bit. That's drive, and it's all the way in. And then that's sport mode. So that's that pin. That's what that pin is right there. So, and then that's park. Instead of 12 bolts, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this housing right here. I think I should try to remove it first, but I'm gonna leave a bolt in there. So, sheesh. this one. So we're gonna go. Okay, see that lifting? Lifting. That's lifting. That's lifting. Okay. Off we go. Oh. Alrighty. And right here we got our gear packs. You see those gold parts. Those gold parts are the clutches sitting in there. And that feels good. Now I'm gonna go into this. Smooth. Alright. That came off that easy. Alright. Boom. Put this over here. That looks good. Nothing wrong with this. That looks really good. Alright. And that's where your parking neutral is. Now this is where your gears down here. Okay, so like I said before. Switch this over there. Move this up so you can see it. It's like trying to tilt over. There you go. So again, you got your park and your neutral, bottom, engagement, right there. And as of now, why does this thing keep moving? There you go. Boom. So this looks good. Just so we'll have to take it apart to see what's going in that. But as of now, hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one.